Hey, welcome back. Y'all know I usually do like more Rampart specific stuff, and I will get to that, but I feel like I gotta do a little bit of prefacing on like a couple of things that are kind of general to BRs, but are like really, really important in Apex. And like, I don't want to get too basic, but I do want to tie some things into how Rampart can be really efficient and help deal with the attrition of battle royales in general. So every battle royale, at least that I've ever played, has this general concept every time that if you stay in one area or if you don't take fights, then you won't find loot, and in Apex you won't level up your evo, and that's the big bad. So looting, the general concept, looting gives you an advantage in later fights, and it's not everything, but every fight comes with costs, and it doesn't matter how good you are if you don't have stuff in your backpack. Or like more specifically, it's like a thing when you one clip somebody with the R99 when it doesn't have a mag.
FBI, open up!
But yeah, I mean, y'all play Apex. I don't need to convince you that like getting stuff is important, right? But I say all this because it's pretty clear that Rampart is not the easiest character to rotate with, and I feel like all the bunker characters are kind of like that. Like if you are built to set up in an area, then you're gonna struggle with moving around from area to area, right? So most characters have little things that they can like boost their economy with. Like Octane doesn't need as much heals because he heals himself, or Watson can do the same with shields, or like Loba gets like everything, right? And Rampart is kind of nice for this because her abilities are investments in the economy for the whole team. Like between Sheila and Imp Cover, you actually get to save a lot of bullets and meds and stuff, which comes in handy if you're a character that struggles to rotate easily and take fights aggressively, right? I want to say one more thing before we go into Rampart on this, is everyone has like a different ceiling in this game. Like Horizon, because of her nade combo with her ult, she really wants to have a lot of grenades compared to other characters who might not care as much about nades. Or Watson really wants to have ult excels because she'll like pop her ult and not have it anymore, and then it'll go away or someone will kill it. And so Rampart really wants to have a ton of bullets for suppression and a ton of shield items, because once your shield breaks in front of your face, then you're gonna have to top off a little bit more often than most people. And when people start breaking your walls, you kind of have to shoot back through them. And if you don't have much ammo, then you're kind of screwed in that front. Like you're just going to waste all your cooldowns and then die behind nothing because your walls get broken. And so this means like economy is really important for Rampart, but she can use her abilities to preserve her economy a bit, so it kind of trades off really well in the late game. If you keep making it to endgame with Rampart, but you run out of stuff by the time you get there, you got to really think like, am I using my walls whenever I can, or am I using Sheila whenever it's free? Because I really think those abilities are there for like taking the pressure off of your Spitfire arm and your healing and stuff. So in the interest of keeping like a workable backpack, I try to run either Spitfire shotgun or Sniper L-Star, and I try not to mix LMGs together because I just don't want to take up like more than half of my backpack for bullets, 3 or 4 stacks for the LMG and 1 or 2 stacks for the secondary usually works out. Alright, so with that being said, when you finally do start getting in fights and actually start defending a place or preparing for an enemy to come through, your cooldowns and Sheila and stuff will start coming into play for not only the fight, but also for your like economy over the longer game, right? So each wall is a little tool in the economy game overall. So if they shoot at your walls, it costs them bullets, and hopefully you're shooting back through them, so it costs them shield cells. And if you keep winning trades, then it either encourages people to waste their time and or to waste their resources on you, or to fight other people. And that gives you more time to either set up walls or dunk on them, right? And then if you're not winning these trades, then at least you saved some shield cells, and you know that these guys are pro gamers, right? Before they show up. And if for some reason they decide not to shoot your walls, then maybe you know a little bit more about them. Maybe they're not shooting your walls because they don't have enough bullets to do that. But either way, you get a free Sheila if they're not shooting you. All right, and I know Sheila's not the easiest to use or to get the most possible value out of, but it's worth it to try, you know. And if you don't get a ton of value out of Sheila, then you might as well just drop her wherever, right? Because you get it back pretty quickly. It's not like you're ever like, oh man, I wish I had Sheila right now. Like, you get it every 2 minutes. But you also get up to 3 if you're in the same area for a while. And it is unbelievably terrifying to walk up on multiple Sheilas pointing at you. But, you know, other than being the most extra Apex legend on the field at the moment, Sheila's pretty useful for Rampart's economy, right? So you get to save ammo, the bullets don't cost you anything. And, you know, it's a whole ass gun, dude. Like, if you have a dead friend, they can get on Sheila. And, like, suddenly someone with no loot has power. At least a little bit, you know? Like, it's not like they're gonna do a ton there, but, you know, people will get scared of it. At the same time, though, just as, like, a little double-edged sword, too, like, using Sheila gets a lot of attention on you. Like, everyone on the map can hear you using her. And, so you gotta clean up, like, really, really quickly if you want to actually get stuff from the people you kill with her. But also, you know, you get more stuff because more people will show up. Yeah, again, though, like, I know that Sheila's pretty controversial. It's kind of tough to get, like, the full value out of her, especially as you get higher up. But I do feel like just having her in your back pocket does kind of demand a little bit of attention and demand some resources from people. Like, nobody actually wants it to be out there on the field. They just, like, or nobody wants you to really be using it. But they know you have it, and most people don't really care that much. It does really come in clutch, though, when you're running out of bullets or when you are really prepared for somebody. So I definitely don't want to discredit it or discount it, right? Because it's valuable. It does something for you. And, you know, I've definitely been like, man, I don't have bullets for my Spitfire anymore. And I've just been sitting in the same spot shooting them for like the past minute. I probably should have used Sheila, right? Yeah, so I think with Rampart, it's really important to get looted up early on. And I really prefer to drop somewhere kind of safe early on just to get my first little bit of kit. And then once I'm comfortable with loot, I'm not worried about, like, my character being worthless, because her abilities do save you some economy in the end, but they cost. Like, you have to spend bullets to use her walls. Like, really. So it's got some balancing act to it, for sure. I think we'll make another one of these about trying to get the full value out of walls and Sheila and stuff. But for now, I don't like making, you know, a 15-minute video talking about me playing Rampart. You know what I mean? So if you're still here, thanks for sticking around. You know, I'll be back next week. If you thought it was cool, if you're still here, come back next week. Peace, y'all.